probably gonna be a little bit hard to see. Welcome back to another episode of Rebuildz. Hey, what we got going on today is we are going to try to fix the horn. All right, so what we got going on is with the scanner is letting us know what is wrong with the horn. But before we hop into that, make sure y'all turn your post notifications on so you can get an alert anytime we drop a new video, a YouTube short, and even go on live, okay? Make sure y'all do that. Second thing, make sure y'all share this video to your friends, your family, and guess what? Even the haters as well, because our haters are our biggest motivators, okay? And they love to see the great things that we're doing over here. But make sure, the final thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? But let's hop straight into this video so we could talk more about this thing. Let's go. All right, so what we got going on is we have a code for the horn, right? And I can show you right now where it's a B131D01 code. It's for siren alarm horn for anti-theft warning system, electrical error. It's saying it's active, right? So what I want to say is, I know I fixed all those wiring issues, but I could miss the wire. I don't know. I know one side of the horn works, or if the horn is working on this side versus relatively, I'm not sure if it's working on the other side. So we are going to basically, as you can see my scanner right there, we are basically going to look into this code and see what it's showing us. I made sure, you know, we had the parts car. So the parts car, we end up, I have a extra horn that I had laying around, and I have this other horn, and this came off the 2012 Passat that we built the first time when we were starting this YouTube channel. This is like maybe what, 5 years old or something, and you can see it's basically the same thing. Nothing has really changed if you really look at it. Just maybe, yeah, nothing has really changed, honestly. So what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm gonna do, probably try the nicer one. There's a little bit of dust in here, so I'll just clean up, see if I can get some of this dust out. And then I took the car off the quick jacks. So since I took the car off the quick jacks, what I'm more than likely gonna do, if anything, what I might have to do is start the car so I could turn the steering wheel, and we're gonna turn it to one side, disconnect, reconnect one of these horns before even bolting it up, just to see what's the results that we get. So it's probably gonna take a while. Just enjoy it. I want to see if I can make this video. Hopefully I could do it in a small space of time. So let me not talk anymore. Let's go straight to this thing. All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can turn the ignition on, because I know the steering wheel is hard. So turn the ignition on and see if that's gonna help us turn the steering wheel. If it can't, then more than likely I'll probably have to start the car, and then I'll just turn it to one side. After I turn it to one side, then we disconnect, reconnect, and then we do it to the other. What I'm gonna do too is make sure that I plug in the scanner. So, all right, so my scanner is connected. So yeah, I'm gonna open up the garage, start it, and then once I start it, we're gonna turn the wheel to that side, and we're gonna start with this side first, and then we move on to the next side. All right, don't have to open it up too much. So I guess. Alright, so I guess we're gonna actually do the passenger side first, since it looks like we get more space. So I'm gonna move everything over to the next side. Alright, so you could see the back of the horn right here. So all I'm just gonna do is just disconnect it from up here, and then once I disconnect that side, we're gonna try to just plug this one in just to see if it works, and then we go from there. So this side was kind of more visible. I wish I had done it earlier when I had it on the quick jacks. So we're gonna do that real quick and see how it goes. Alright, so this is the broken one, or this is the one that's already on the car. So you can see there was a crack right there and whatever. So we're gonna set this aside and try the other extra one we have. See if that works. I'm gonna clean the connector off. I'll blow it out a little and see. And we're gonna try it. See if it works. Hold on, let me not mess my bumper up. On before I even clip it in, I'm trying to see which side is which side. So purple is 1, brown is 2. All right, cool. I just want to know it's going on correctly. All right, you hear that click? So it's in. We're gonna see if we could look at that code and then see if it clears or what. All right, I got the key in here. Turn my ignition on. Then see if we could scan it and then see if that makes that that code goes away. As we're just doing all the small things to see if we're gonna clear it up. Hopefully that fixes the issue, and then so we don't really have to worry. All right, now we're gonna go to diagnose, scan, and we're gonna see what's the next thing. So we're gonna let it scan, and then when it's finished scanning, then we'll go from there. All right, so it's done. Let's see what I need to go to. think it should be comfort control, troubled codes. All right, so you see it's frozen right there. So I'm gonna see if I could clear it and then read again. So it hasn't come back, but I want to check to know, like, hey, if it's really working or if we really got rid of that code. So now it's saying we have one fault this time, right? So let's see what that one fault is to see if we actually fix the issue or not. All right, so it's still giving us that code for the alarm, because you see a siren slash alarm horn for anti-theft warning. So electrical error. So we still have that, but the other code is gone. So we're going to erase the code again. You see, it says it's not there. So it's still there. So we still have the issue, but the other code is gone, which that was for the trunk or something like that. So we'll see what is this one. All right, so for that one, for the horn, what I'm gonna do is, I mean, I could press the horn to know if the horn is working, but this car actually has two horns, one on the left and one on the right. So I'm gonna press it and then see if it works, but it should. Now, we didn't get a chance to finish the issue that we had with the alarm horn. So for this episode, all we just basically focused on was just to remove that horn from the front. And you know, this car has two, one on the left, one on the right by the frame extension. That's where these horns are located at. And you could just, instead of taking off the whole front bumper, you could just remove these horns by just turning the wheel and then remove the fender liner so you could get to them easier. Now that we remove the damaged horn and then we install the one that's not damaged, y'all could see that there's a lot of similarities with this horn and the 2012 Volkswagen Passat horn, because everyone knows Volkswagen makes Audis or own Audi anyways. But that is all we have to do on this car right now. The next episode, we're gonna hop straight into fixing that horn issue so that we know it is not the BCM or the comfort control module. So we're just dipping into some other things just to make sure we're not throwing a whole bunch of parts on this car and not actually diagnosing and fixing some of these issues. So instead of throwing parts at it, we're going to make sure that we fix the issues correctly and move forward with more stuff to do. Anyways, thank y'all for watching this video. Don't forget, our haters are our biggest supporters. So make sure y'all share this video with them and even your friends and family. But until next time, we are out.